Hello, everybody. Welcome to That Checks Out in a new format where now I have to look at Damon. I do not like it. With Damon and Ted.
And your mug is sideways.
Sorry. Hold on. Let me give it camera ready. There.
That's so awesome. So see, mine, I just spin the top so the stitch still faces that way.
Yeah, I'll have to re-fire this in a kiln to make it work the other way.
It's so awesome. Hey,
you have a sub-pena.
Hey.
I also know where that one is.
Yeah, well, don't be pushing buttons. That's not fair.
My boss had a rough week. I'm just jumping into my stories. My boss had a rough week, so he was on camera doing a call yesterday, and people were like, "Are you all right? Like, you just look like you're having a little stress. You're not right." And he was like, "Hey, I'm sorry. I don't know what to tell you. This is just what my face looks like in the chat." And I went, "Whoa, man! I'm gonna cut you some slack because you've had a bad day, but blaming one's face for how one's face looks, that's my move. You don't get to take my move, son."
That's my finisher, son.
Yeah,
that's my finisher.
Legit, it has been my closer.
I've apologized for that for years. You are not allowed.
Yeah. I have described my face in very poor terms and then apologized for it. That's my move.
I can't fish myself.
I had a wedding anniversary this week, put a picture of myself up from 20 years ago, and a couple people were like, "Why do you look younger now?" Which means to say, like, why did you look like trash juice then?
Yeah, my favorite thing.
Look at we've woke Brian up.
Yeah.
That was harsh.
You sent the message, Mac. That was harsh.
Wow, I didn't realize until you said it out loud how terrible that was.
Wow, yeah, I want to apologize now. I just kept saying, "You look great, Tina. Happy anniversary."
Yeah. I'm at dinner with my wife, Brian, and I get a text that says, "Hey, just want you to know, tell Tina happy anniversary."
Oh,
Because there were a couple different posts, and everybody like, "Hey, you guys look like a great couple. Have a happy anniversary. You're looking great."
Yeah.
And then Damon's like, "Happy anniversary, Tina."
Yeah. Listen. At least I was to the point. Okay.
I will tell you that it was. If you would have told me 20 years ago that the guy in the booth with Bob Uecker in Major League would have wished me a happy anniversary,
right?
Skip Caparis, like it was like, I would have been like, no. Why would this guy know me? Turns out we're friends now.
That's awesome.
Can you hand me that pen down there? Because I forgot. For ladies and gentlemen checking us out for the first time, this is nothing new to you. For everyone who's just checking us in now, we have now sitting across from each other.
Yeah.
So I can see Damon. We used to sit side by side, but Mac is trying out new stuff because someone wants to spread his wings and fly.
Yeah.
But we do have a gift from one of our sponsors, Foot Wedge Custom Pens.
Nice.
You can
you
find
got
them on
one
Etsy.
here?
Yes, I have one right here. It is for you, Mac.
what?
This
For
one
real?
is for you.
Nice. I was all genuinely
Yes.
excited when you said you just had one. And
Damon
now
and I have our
own. For me.
I had the pleasure of meeting up with the proprietor, Mike Duffy, last weekend, and he said, "I feel bad that you guys got one and Mac didn't, so please give this one to Mac with my blessing."
Hey, it's got a style. You can use it as a stylus
Yeah,
too.
it's
That's
from
pretty sweet.
a Houdini's house, the wood from Houdini's last house. We got a certificate of authenticity. We got a certificate that says it's good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When we
There's a
got
piece-
ours, he didn't give me one for yours.
There's
so
a
maybe
piece
it's
of
fake.
paper says that's
Yeah.
true.
Yeah. There's a piece of paper someone printed out on a modern printer that says that's legit. That checks out.
That checks out. Hey, so a couple things this week.
Oh man, I forgot you were here. What's up?
Hey, remember
Feels like we're interviewing each other now.
Remember Damon? So, no, a couple things
I
this
mean,
week.
you are. I don't know if people can see this on the screen if we show this, but your
Yes.
name is blasted right in the middle there
I like that.
with Damon and Ted.
And Ted. And Ted.
All right, so let me go ahead.
We had to do some running around. We had Chuck's last football game that I'll ever get to coach because I was going into high school. Okay. Yeah, it is kind of depressing. Yeah, it is kind of depressing. But we got home from that, and it was approaching dinner time, and we had to make a run out to Orland to the in-laws' house. So I said, we wanted to have dinner. And I'm like, I don't want fast food. I don't want McDonald's or I want to eat.
Put a pin in that. 'Cause we'll come back to that.
Yeah. But, and so anyway, my wife's like, well, I don't want to sit down somewhere. And I'm like, okay. So I understand, but no, here's the deal. So you can kind of compromise then. You can find what we ended up doing is in Joliet, they're not sponsors, but Babe's Hot Dogs. Okay. Call us. Right.
Yeah, definitely.
So anyway.
Someone was like, yes. Don't even call us for that show. Call us for all the shows.
So
I was
I said-
on a hot dog kick. Sorry.
Yeah. No, but I said, hey, why don't we go
Wait,
there?
You're on a sandwich kick?
They're not a sandwich. even that octo dog, but we'll go into that later. But anyway, so we go there, And before we leave, I tell the kids, I go, here's an idea. I know Chuck is going to get a chili cheese dog. Okay. And I know we're going to eat it in the car because that's what we're going to do. So I'm like, I said, why don't you bring like a plate, like even a paper plate? We'll throw it away when we get to Bushaw's house. That Bushaw's Polish for grandmother. So that's where we're going. So I said, we'll throw it away at Bushaw's house. And he's like, okay. We get in the car and he has this huge like mixing bowl.
Well,
okay?
you know what? This actually is smarter than what you would.
So anyway, so I go, what is that? And he goes, it's a bowl. And I go, I thought you were going to bring a plate. He goes, this is better.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay. Oh, and now my thought was, where's your spoon or fork? Because, you're going to drop chili, right? So you're thinking, hey,
all right, he went up to you, but now you're wanting them back.
Right,
yeah,
right.
Sure.
But anyway, no spoon, no nothing. So he gets the chili dog and he goes, man, his exact words, I had to write it down. But he goes, after further consideration, this bowl might not be the ideal setup. That's what he tells me. And I go, what? And he goes, I can't set it in the bowl. Dude, he has this bowl like if you made 5 bags of microwave popcorn, you'd still have a little room left. Okay? So he's got this huge bowl.
So he can't set it in the bowl because then it's not optimal.
And he can't hold the bowl, and the bowl's not going to sit on his lap.
Because he would have put it on a plate, and he could have just lifted the plate to his mouth and eaten it off the edge of the plate.
Eating it right over the plate.
But with the
Because we've all
bowl,
done that. Right.
Yeah, now he's got it's like a pie eating contest.
Well, now he's got to hold the bowl
Yeah.
and hold the chili dog.
Yeah.
And it's like,
Now,
okay.
For capturing what falls, brilliant.
Oh, brilliant.
For the initial putting it in your mouth, not so good.
So then he gets done with the chili dog. And my daughter, Miss, is talking mad shit to him. I mean, just mad, like, oh, great idea, Chuck. Great idea, right? So all of a sudden he gets done and you hear splash. And I go, what's that? He goes, now I got a bowl of fries. And he goes,
chili cheese fries.
He goes, that works, Miss. Where's your bowl? He's talking smack to her. And I'm enjoying it so much, because it's just hysterical. But then as we're driving along, he goes, wait a minute. He goes, I think I threw up in this bowl once. First off,
I will tell you that when my wife hands out bowls that we use in the kitchen when the kids were sick, I'm like, that bowl is dead to me.
Yeah. So anyway,
I hate that.
So
that's why we have plastic garbage cans.
So in reality, I said, Chuck, I think I've thrown up in that bowl once. You know what I mean? And then Marissa goes, and I do the dishes, so good luck. That's what she tells him. But it was just hysterical.
This ties into something that yesterday I went to a show, and actually I'm doing the show when this episode comes out. It'll be this Friday. Lucy's Comedy at the Row in Crystal Lake.
Yeah,
tickets are probably still available because no one comes to my shows. Come on.
Yeah.
So I'm going up there with our friend Brian, not the Brian behind me, but our other friend Brian, because everyone in my life is named Brian now.
Right.
My wife Brian, my kids Brian, my dog Brian. Everyone is Brian. How is Brian doing? Brian. So we're at a stoplight. His car pulls up just a little bit in front of us, and the window rolls down. This young kid, I say young kid, he's probably between 15 and 18, somewhere in there, puts his head out. He's wearing a hoodie, and all of a sudden he just throws up out the window. And we're like, gross, right? So we're both grown men, we're like holding our hands up above us so we can't like see that car anymore. And Brian's like, check to see if he's done. And I'm like, yeah, he just put his head back in. So we pull our hands down as he comes back out and fires off again. And we're like, So then he gets to a show, he performed, doing the thing, we're on the drive back, and I was like, how'd it go? He's like, you know what? Gotta tell you, wish I didn't see that kid throw up, and it's gonna be melted in my brain for the rest. So
nice.
Yeah, you know what? If you would have brought a bowl.
I was gonna say, if he had a chili dog earlier,
yeah,
he had a bowl.
That was a great story.
But and
I don't like it.
No, it was hysterical because just his choice of words, for being 14 years old to be like,
yeah, surprise. Well, I was gonna say for being your kid, but sure.
Hey, he just graduated 8th grade. And they give you a cord, when you're honors or whatever, you get the cord. Yeah. And he goes, hey, they gave me a cord. I'm like, cool.
They gave you a rope.
Yeah.
You didn't take the hand.
I said, hey, you bring that cord, put it on, and we'll go stand next to the ceiling fan. We'll see what happens, But no, he graduated with honor, which was, I'm happy for him. I'm real upset about the football thing because now I'll be a spectator. I'll be in the stands. And the nice thing is I'll be able to just root for my kid.
Yeah.
Instead of being like, so-and-so's hurt. We got to get this in. We got to get this in. It's so weird. You're trying to call plays. And then like even this last game, we had one play. We had 9 guys on the field. And I'm like, they had 2 guys that come off and they didn't tell me they were coming off. And I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
And so you do that. And
Yeah, there is a penalty for that. It's you get pummeled.
Yeah.
I know there's a penalty for too many men on the field.
The penalty is 6 points.
Yeah, too
it
few.
goes to the other team.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway.
However many yards you need left, that's the penalty.
Right. 4th and 30, cool. We only going to line up 9 because we want to make this more fair for you. Okay. Matter of fact, let me call 3 of them guys back over. We're going to do 6. We're going to do 6,
When you said that, because there were plans for us to do something else on our anniversary, but that fell through. I'm not going to get into it. But so now we have to change plans. Like, well, where do you want to go to eat? And she's naming some places. Some of them were new places we want to go, but they're a little more fast casual. And I was like, look, for our anniversary, I don't want to order off the menu behind someone's head. Like, I want to order from, I want to sit down. I want to, Mac, fix your screen.
We're back to the board now, Mac.
Fix your screen, Mac.
Oops.
I want to sit down and
he's super high tech.
Yeah, I know. You're a tech guy.
This is why we switched to do the videos. So we can
well, we haven't been able to put any of these videos out because we can't figure it out. So no one's gonna see it anyway.
Right.
But I want to sit down and actually order stuff. So then that caused a whole conversation. But it's like I don't want to be like, and give me, what does that come with? Okay, 20 years, So
I'll have a number 7.
yeah.
I'll have a number 20.
I'll have a
We've
number
been married
20.
20 years today.
So that's a kid's meal. I'll take 2. What's the problem? I will say though,
one for the next 20.
I have a
because I love you.
Yeah. I have a sweatshirt in my closet that has a big B on it and it says Bedstafar because that's Danish for grandfather.
Yeah.
So, my family's Danish, so my dad had that. And I was like, well, I guess I just keep that because eventually it'll become me, right? Like, I don't, and no one else is going to know what that means. Like, you would explain what it meant in Polish. Like, yeah, it's like, okay, well, I guess now I'm going to have a sweatshirt I'm going to have to explain 20 years from now.
Well, it's, when you say bushot, most people don't know what that means, but it's grandmother in Polish. So
I bet Marco knew. Marco, you listening? Let us know.
So that night we end up we get to Bushot's house and she gets a text from one of my older sons. Well, she got a text from one of them while we're there. Okay. And then she was expecting another text from him. Well, she gets another text. She opens it up and it's basically a porn site. Okay.
Were they looking for Chad Daniels' tour?
So what cracks me up is she opens it up. She doesn't realize because she thinks she's clicking on the next text from Brendan. No, it's like a random trash. Like you probably shouldn't open it on your phone.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So she opens it up and we all laugh. Right. But it's like, okay, we think it's from Brendan. So my wife is calling my son and being like, you don't send your bush all that. And you don't, and she's lecturing him. Then she takes a video of this going on Bushaw's phone and sends it to him. I can't believe you sent that to him, la, la. We get all done, right? And Brendan goes, I haven't even sent it yet. And he sent it, and here's the number she's looking for, right? And she's like, oh, well, who's this from? It's from some random XKY, Q12, remainder 3.
Yeah. Hashtag, this isn't porn. Right.
Yeah.
Go ahead and click. It's safe.
Yeah. Your Netflix account's been locked. Yeah. Click on the link.
I can tell you how many I get where it's my Netflix account is in, but the F is like some sort of musical note that looks like an F. And I'm like, am I that much of an idiot?
Yeah.
I'm not going to notice that. Or, I get a thing from chasebanking.wizard. No, that's probably not right. I'm sure they probably have the .com.
That's when you go into the counter. I'm here to see the wizard.
Yeah.
He sent me an email. Sir, I think you're looking to get your muffler done. Yeah. I think that's Merlin's.
Based on his phone number, I don't know if he's in this branch. I think he might be.
Look at high-tech Brian. Look over your shoulder. Oh, man.
Oh, so you can see it now? Cool.
I can't read it, though. It's too far away.
It's not I can have it back?
Yeah, take it back.
Can have it back.
No, I don't. And no means
We're just going to guess on what stuff says.
I can see it. Yeah. I have a picture.
It's not a big deal.
Don't blame it because it's too far away. You can't read it because you can't read.
Right. Yeah. There's no pictures. I don't know what that says. So what's funny is, my wife goes, give me your phone to her mother. She goes, give me your phone. And she goes, I'm going to delete that. And she goes, don't delete that.
Well,
to which then my 14-year-old Chuck goes, really, Bushaw? Is that something we need to know? Yeah. She says like that. And it's like, so our whole ride home, Bushaw porn is now a thing.
No,
right. Mm-mm. But so I said, if you ever get an email from Bushaw, I said, don't open it.
Yeah.
But it's just ironic how she's blaming my son. My wife's blaming my son. And he's like, I didn't even send a text yet. Yeah.
Right.
And she just, and again, I've done that too, where you open something or you text the wrong person. Oh man, you ever done that?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. There's nothing better than being like hit and send and be like, oh crap, you know?
Yeah, that's the problem at work because we have so many different like ways to text people or chat with people, and you're like, wait, is this an everyone chat?
Right.
Or is this just a one-on-one chat?
Yeah.
Like, can you believe that that's what they want us to do? Those dumb. Oh wait, sorry. I found out though. This is before I got in the position I was in. I was chatting with someone in tech support, and I was super angry, and I was writing it all out, and I was being full on Damon in this text. And I was like, you know what? Probably not right. Back it all the way up and start typing again. They responded before I hit enter because apparently, even though I can't see what they send until they hit send, they can see when I'm typing live in the chat. And I was like, oh no, this is broken forever. So I called all of my peers and be like, yeah, don't do that. Don't do that thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. They were like, I appreciate that you're angry. But I was like, oh no.
Wait a minute. Yeah. Do you have a crystal ball?
Yeah, will you be sending me like a cardboard box to take all my stuff with?
Right.
Because I feel like I'm going to be fired.
Yeah. I need to turn in my keys today.
Yeah.
When are we doing this?
Yeah. Can I just have a minute? I'm going to need to make a phone call. It's going to be kind of angry.
Hey, so then one night, I don't, might have been the same night where we were coming home.
Oh, wait. Are you fancy? You do two things in one night?
Yeah. So Nicole's like, she goes, I really want ice cream. We didn't have, I said, you want to stop at the store and we'll get ice cream? Because that's what we do. I'm not going to go buy, $30 worth of ice cream. And I'm like, let's go buy $5 worth of ice cream, And everybody has some. And might even have some left over. There you go.
Yeah.
And so I said, what do you want to do? She goes, no, let's go to Culver's because there's one right by my house. So I said, okay, whatever. So we go through there.
Did you have 6 hours to waste?
Yeah. No, it wasn't bad.
Okay.
So,
well, you got ice cream. That's pretty quick.
Right.
When you get food, it's like, oh, you should have told us yesterday.
Right. Yeah. We cook here, just not all the time.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Hold on. We got to fire up the grills.
Oh,
just a sec.
Man, this is crazy.
Can you pull up to waiting space 45?
We've already closed the grill for the night.
We're on space 45.
It's 4:55 in the afternoon. We've already closed the grill for the night.
There's only 30 spaces here. Yeah, you got to go down to Ace Hardware.
Yeah, right.
They've subleased us another 15 spaces.
Correct. And what's weird is they tell you to pull up to this spot. And you pull up, and then what happens is when the other people start going, you're blocking the drive-through.
Right.
Now people are pulling around you, but they're on angles because they couldn't pull up the right way. So when you go to leave, it's like, now I can't get out.
Right.
So this whole plan, why don't you pull forward, and when they leave,
I just do that because I'm tired of.
Well, because normally you put the sticker on the mirror, right? So it's got the number.
Damn you, COVID! They said those little cool like triangles you could put. Now it's just a sticker.
Hey, so I didn't know because I never go like that and spend money like that. I just don't do it. So I go through one time and they give me the sticker, and I'm like, what the hell do I do with this? You know what I mean? So I'm like sitting there in the car. I'm just sitting there in the car, and I got it like stuck to the steering wheel. You know what I mean? So I'm like, whatever, 95, whatever that means.
And then you get like,
no. So I'm watching like this lady walk up and down the row with food, and I'm like, ours should be done soon. It's ours.
Yeah.
She can't find the number because it's strategically placed in front of me.
Right.
Right. And I'm like, whatever. So we order just ice cream. That's it. Which I love their root beer, but I didn't get any drinks or nothing, So what's funny is I pull up and she goes, would you like a drink carrier? And I go, no, I didn't order any drinks. Thank you. That's what I tell her. Right. Now, kind of because it was already coming out, but then I'm like, I'm going to go with this. I'm going to play it up. And she looks at me like, because they're handing you containers that are drink shaped.
Right.
So I understand there's not root beer in them, but they would fit.
Right.
So she shuts the window again, and Nicole's like, what did you just say? And I'm like, it started coming out, and then I said, I'm going to have fun with it. So I went all the way. And so she opens the thing back up, and she goes, I hand them to me, and I go, can I get one of them paper things like that? And she goes, what do you mean? I go, one of the paper things that holds the ice cream. And she's like, you mean a drink carrier? I said, no, I didn't order any drinks.
Oh.
Well, first off, they can't spit my stuff. It's already in front of me. You know what I mean?
True.
So honestly, I would have still done it.
Yeah.
I would have been like, hold on, sir. But no, it was kind of funny. And so the kids are like, well, Dad, you can use that for anything. I'm like, yeah, I'm fully aware. Okay. I'm having fun,
Right. I'm playing a character of someone who just made it to this planet.
Yeah. Hi, I'm Earth. Have we met? Yeah.
Hey, do you drink carrier? No, the kids have arms. I don't.
Yeah.
I already have 2. They're in the back.
Yeah. I also don't need landscapers.
I don't need a dishwasher.
I don't need a dishwasher. I don't need anybody to do laundry.
I have all of those.
Yeah. What about you? Anything else happen this week?
This an eventful week, but I don't know. I think we're good. I think we're caught up.
Mac, anything cool?
Yeah, I'm really twisting the knife at work, making sure it's going to hurt real bad when I'm not there anymore.
See?
What kind of, yeah.
He got the keys for the case. He's going to break that guitar.
What kind of leverage? Yeah, what kind of leverage do you have there?
Yeah, what kind of stuff are we buying? Is that knife? Is that a coupon?
I got coops.
I got coops, man. I got coops.
I got coops.
In kind of the graduation theme, what was cool is we had to do like a speed graduation. So what was weird is we actually had
to ring a bell and you like go run to another school and sit down and be like,
it's like speed dating.
Yeah. And now we're at the school.
I love math, but no. So they give you a time slot of like 12 people have the same 10-minute time slot. Okay. Or 10 people have the same 12-minute, whatever it was. But
so if the train leaves Cleveland
right
at 9:45.
So we had a 5:40 time slot on Tuesday night. So we get there and, we're all ready to go and this and that. And we walk in, you have to do the mass thing, whatever. So we walk in and we have to wait. So we're waiting on these marks. And then there's these other families there. And then they take us all in this room where they have the podium set up, this, that, and the other. And they have like probably 10, 12 kids. And they announce, the principal talks briefly, really briefly. Because, anybody who's ever been to a ceremony, you realize, especially a school his size where there's like, 300 kids or whatever is going to graduate or, 250 kids. It's like, this is going to take a while. And then you're going to have a salutatorian and a valedictorian and none of that.
Yeah.
No torians.
Those people are jerks.
Yeah. No torians. So anyway, it was nice. I even when we left, I said, I felt like we had an iPass for for graduation. And the principal's like, I'm going to use that. I said, go ahead. It's not copyright. Go ahead. Yours. But it was hysterical because they literally, they handed each kid his name because when you went in then, no matter what order you were in, they collected the names because all the diplomas were generic. They just hand you the case. They'd already given us the diploma.
They did that to us.
Yeah.
Junior high.
In junior high, did they?
Yeah, because we had to return the rented cap and gown to get the diploma.
That's right. But so anyway, so he comes through and he gets the case, just the casing that's going to hold it. We've got the diploma. And they're done. I'm like, well, and that concludes our thing. And I mean, it took like 8 minutes.
Oh, it's the same as when you go to a Catholic wedding and then do a regular wedding. You're like, wait. I didn't even put an ass groove in this pew. Are we done?
Yeah, no,
I'm out.
I have not kneeled twice.
Yeah, let's go.
I don't understand what's going on.
Let's go.
But no, so it was kind of weird. So we get out of there. And then we realized, they said, well, you can take pictures over here. You can take his mask off. And you can take pictures right here. Cool. We didn't take any pictures of all of us. So like me and Nicole have no pictures with Chuck. We just took his picture, because you're not thinking about it. Well, and you have other families lined up behind you to do it.
Well, so you have an excuse. When we got off the stage in high school, I walked off and my parents were gone.
Yeah.
And I went home and I was like, and I have pictures with a whole bunch of other people, like people I barely talked to in high school, but I made all their photos. And I got home, like, what happened? Like, oh, we didn't think you want us around. We didn't want to be in the way. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Cool. My mom also called me this week and was like, hey, are you coming to graduation on Wednesday? Because this was the final, we wrapped everything up. We gave away the final, we closed out the account. We gave away the final Steve Wilson scholarship.
Nice. Okay.
We used to do it. We gave away a free trip to math camp, and no one wanted to do it. And I kept saying year after year, I'm like, why don't we just put it as a scholarship, put it in a trust, and they can have it once they graduate high school. They can go to trade school, they can go to college, they can, whatever they want for secondary education. It doesn't matter.
It's used
doesn't
for
have to be math.
Right.
Like, but if they want to be a plumber or they want to, be, go into carpentry, they want to go be an engineer, they want to go be,
right.
teach in a museum. I don't care. But people will, and then that like flew like hotcakes, like Flappies.
Right.
But
those are delicious, by the way.
It was a lot of behind the scenes and a lot of administration stuff. And my mom was just kind of like, look, let's just wrap it up. Sadly, people in the school no longer know my dad. Like people in the town know him, but like the kids don't know him. A lot of the teachers have swapped out on him. So she's like, do you want to come? It's the final one. And I was like, this Wednesday? She's like, yeah. I'm like, no, I kind of have something coming up. Because that was my anniversary.
Right.
No, I'm not going to run
By the
down.
way, happy anniversary, Tina.
Yeah, thanks. Happy anniversary, Tina. I'm not going to run down to Wilmington to be like, and I got to go.
Yeah.
So
a guy that kind of looked like me.
Yeah.
A while ago.
Yeah.
This is it. Yeah. Yeah. No. But so that's done then.
Yeah, that's done.
Okay. All right. Well, still, I mean, you helped a lot of people.
Yeah.
That's been a lot of years.
Yeah.
So So that's pretty cool. But no, you probably didn't need to go for that.
Yeah.
I totally understand.
Yeah, well, yeah.
What's weird is a lot of the teachers there we went to school with.
Yeah.
Like they're teaching there now, and they were like they were classmates of ours.
Right.
So they probably know him, but you're right. The other families are probably
I did
it's far enough removed.
step up and present it one year because my mom didn't want to do it.
Yeah.
And that was awkward because I was like, everyone's like, who's this guy? Why is this guy talking? And now let me talk to you for 3 minutes about math.
Yeah.
Oh, we don't want this. No.
So back to that kind of thought though.
Yeah.
When you have a valedictorian, I would love to see a speech from the kid with the lowest GPA. All right. I started thinking about this. I don't know what you'd call him. Okay. I don't know what. So you're good at names. So I don't know. You had a valedictorian, a salutatorian. I get that.
Yeah.
But what would you call what kind of torian? Okay. would be the guy with like the lowest GPA. I don't really know. So you can dwell on that.
Yeah.
Where my whole thought was that
I'd say barely a torian.
a tendatorian.
Yeah.
So, but I thought it'd be kind of monumental, especially
6 years are up a torian.
if they can display it on the screen. Like right now, they could do it. They could display it on the screen where they actually
not if Mac's running the screen.
right. Yeah. They show his speech with all his misspelled words and everything else in it.
Wait, let's ask him, Mac. Do you think you can handle it?
No.
Yeah, we thought so.
That checks out. So I thought that will hit every student with a dose of reality and a desire not to be that guy. And also, I would attend a lot more graduations. I'll be like, when's the dumb guy talk? And they're like, he is right now. Sit down, sir. But I just thought that'd be kind of neat to be like, okay, look, here's the smartest kid in class.
Yeah.
Well, GPA wise, and that's what's weird is I know you were up there. You were, I don't want to toot your horn or blow your cover. But
I gave a torian speech.
Yeah, you were a torian. But
which we had to practice that.
Did you
practice that? Yeah, on stage to an empty bandstand, an empty grandstand. Everything was empty.
Really?
So when you practice, it was like, thank you, everyone, coming. And then you get up there and it doesn't echo. So I was like, thank you.
Yeah.
Is this? Check one. Is this on? Check one. Now everyone's been talking for 20 minutes up there, but suddenly the mic's not working for me, of course.
Right.
But yeah, it was so awkward.
Where's my echo?
Yeah,
Where's my reverb?
I'd practiced to not be messed up by the echo, and then the echo wasn't there, and I was like, cool. So this guy's the top of the class right here?
That's a smart one, huh?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right,
cool.
You guys are dumb.
The rest of you guys should have really applied yourself.
Yeah. I've been sitting on that story for 25 years. Should have sat on it for 25 more.
So, and that same thing with going with the worst, with the worst speech. I was watching House Hunters because it's just on TV,
Do you watch any of the DIY shows?
Yeah.
Do you watch any of the reality shows? No, I don't.
Yeah. Can I talk about them anyway?
Yeah. Can I bring them up 4 more times?
Yeah.
These are leading questions.
Thanks again, Chad. Appreciate it, Chad. Thanks for coming on, Chad Daniels.
You can check out his tour at X. No.
Yeah. No, I really appreciate it though. Yeah. Anything. What else do you watch?
All I practiced were TV questions.
Okay, I'm going to tell you about shows I've watched.
I sat next to that train wreck and just watched it happen.
This should be riveting.
Please stop asking him about TV shows.
Hey, when you go out, are you the guy that gets in trouble or do you just watch that guy?
Remember that time you didn't watch TV shows?
Oh, it was totally like the Chris Farley skit.
That was awesome.
That was awesome. You remember the time you came on our show? That was awesome.
Oh,
yeah.
man.
No, I was totally in the moment. It's like, wow.
Wow, he really wants to dig this well.
Yeah.
He thinks there's oil down there.
For the love of God, what kind of TV do you watch? Hey, we got Amish comedian with us today, Chad Daniels. He does not watch TV.
Oh, now you're blaming Chad. That's right, fantastic.
Right. Hey, if you ever want to come back on, just call.
Yeah.
It's all good. Just call. But no, I was watching House Hunters because some people watch other DIY shows.
Oh, man.
But I thought it would be funny. Little backstory. I have a saying, and I did this right after high school. I worked for a big box store. I wore orange. Okay. It was a depot. So anyway,
you got home stuff at?
Correct.
Okay.
So I was there and I was in the millwork department and, I had, so we had these, I was doors and windows and trim and stuff like that. But, we had these storm doors that like anytime they're on cops and they rip something off the front of a trailer.
Yeah.
That's what these storm doors were. Okay. Actually they were probably not as nice as the ones the cops pulled off at the trailer. So anyway, I called them the WTMF, which stood for white trash. Okay. Mother, father. So anyway, that's what I called them.
Sometimes also brother, sister.
Correct. in cops, could have been both. You're correct. So anyway.
So WTMFBS.
Right. So anyway, I got in the habit of just calling them. So they'd be like a 3680 or 3280 and they'd be right hand or left hand because that's the standard door size, right? So they never had UPCs on them or SKUs anywhere. So they get up to the cashier and the cashier would have to call millwork and go, oh. So I finally went up and I told all the cashiers, I said, listen, if you have a WTMF.
Gather round, everybody.
Right.
Damon's going to tell you something.
But I'm like, if you have a WTMF, I said, we just need to know the color. And so like 3680
so like white or dirty white?
Yeah,
like what are the colors on these?
Like 3680 white right hand. WTMF. Okay. Because they can never describe it. It's a storm door. It's a WTMF. So now they got in the habit of saying this in front of the customers.
Well, I have a point to make on this.
Right.
Yeah.
So they would literally call me, like my phone would ring in the department and they would say, yeah, I got a 3680 white right hand WTMF. I need the SKU. Gotcha. I'd go right back to the thing. I know what it is. It's my code. So I started thinking that's where that was bred, where that's where it started.
Yeah.
So I started thinking, what about house hunters WTMF? Okay. I think that would be awesome to basically be like, you know how normally it's the, I raise salamanders. I have a $3.2 million lot.
Yeah. I think about drawing art one time, maybe in the future. My budget is $8.6 billion.
Right. So I want to see it the other way. I wanted to see, I have 9 kids. I'm going to need a 2-bedroom minimum. You know what I mean? How many baths?
2-bedroom maximum.
At least one,
However, I want to hear your premise on this. I really do.
Yeah.
But I want to stop you for a second. I want to be like, how many people do you think needed to replace those doors, didn't want to come back in, were calling up, we'll call the store Mallows, or on the website, like the home office and being like, hey, look, I just need my WTMF replaced. Why can't I find this on your website?
So that's why it had to stop, because the customers would come back and ask. They'd be like, I need one of those WTMFs.
Yeah, I need one of those WTMFs.
So then the
manager,
manager,
ask people in gardening.
So then the manager caught wind, right? And he's like,
caught wind if you're breaking wind.
Yeah, he's like, what's WTMF? And I'm like, well, it's white trash, mother, father, like that. And that's what I would say. And he's like, oh my, he goes, how long have you been?
Oh, Lordy, we can't have that.
How long have you been doing this? I go, oh, months.
Yeah.
Months. I
said,
what
year of our Lord is this?
When they would train a new cashier, like they would go, listen, if you call millwork, this is a WTMF. That's what they would say. So it was like, really, it was like a standard process for that store. But so no,
if you call it DSFF back in millwork, he'll tell you about.
Right.
I'm sure you can figure out what that stands for.
I'm pretty sure I know what FF stands for. And I prefer plump, not fat. So anyway,
all right, so go with your TV show.
So,
well, you're really good at acronyms.
Yeah.
No, I got the business names. You got the acronyms down. You picked up on that real quick.
But no, I thought what would be neat. You know how too, like whenever they're showing these house hunters, they're like, we got a surprise. And they go down and they're like, here's a wine cellar full of, and this and that. So I thought it'd be neat if they go, well, we got 9 kids. So we need a 2-bedroom, right? We need a 1 bathroom. We like it not to have wheels. You know what I mean? Or if it does, that's fine. But then they get, like, they're showing them in the trailer park. They're showing them the trailer and they're like, oh, look here. And dug out underneath is like a meth lab underneath. They're like, look at this. A basement. Oh my goodness. And it's got all the meth stuff right there. It's like, we said we wanted to do that. You know what I mean?
Our summer home and our winter home all in one.
Yeah. Yeah, because most people are like, we need room for a pool. We need room for a lab. Yeah. What kind of lab? Not telling you.
How many sheds can I get in that yard back there?
Oh,
right. Is this house flammable? Yeah.
You can keep chickens in sheds.
But
so you have extra sheds right now, is what you're saying.
Right.
Come see Brian for discount sheds.
And his chickens are addicted to. Never mind. It's all good.
Might as well face it. You're addicted to meth. Yeah. The missing teeth. Yeah. The hollowed eyes.
Chickenwithteeth.com.
I swear to God, I'm not buying that. I'm not buying it. He's just sitting over there. He's like, I got one. Here it comes. But no, I like I said, I just see all kinds of different people doing that too, where it's like, well, what do you do? Well, mostly I live off the government. And so I'm looking for like a 1 bedroom, how many kids you got? 12, it's like House Hunters the other way,
right?
House Hunters WTMF. I swear to God, if I see it on TV, I'm going to take full credit for it now.
You're going to be calling someone up. Man, like, hey, I need you to go to this episode of That Checks Out because it's timestamped.
There's going to be a guy that goes up front and goes, that reminds me, I need a storm door. There's going to be somebody.
Who's that guy in Millwork in Illinois? I need to give him a call.
Very, very random. I like that. Just Millwork in Illinois. Well, that's Damon.
Yeah.
You mean Procchio?
Yeah. Yeah. The PF?
Yeah.
PF Chang? Is that the guy you're talking about?
Yeah.
So I was looking at the screen right now for the time because that's usually how I check.
Right.
But our new setup, I can't see the screen on this corner.
Yeah.
And there's no time anymore.
Nice.
But that brought me up to I bought a clock because I saw it was cool. And now because we have phones and like you really don't need wall clocks anymore.
Right.
Wall clocks have turned into like art now.
Yeah.
Like, oh, that's fancy. What is that? It's a clock.
Yeah.
Oh. Well, there's no numbers on it. Yeah, I know how to tell time just where the arrows point. I'm a little older now. I apologize for that.
Yeah.
But it's a clock.
This is a rotary phone.
Yeah. Oh, what? So this clock says, it has words. It says like, it is 1 o'clock or it is 5 minutes past, 3 o'clock.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, that's cool. It's something different and everything. Turns out it only tells you in 5-minute increments. But the art that you see when you buy it online doesn't tell you that. It just shows you like the times that, so you can presumably think, oh, well, 5 o'clock or 5 minutes after or a quarter after. But it doesn't say like 11 minutes after or 13 minutes after. So I get it. Yeah, I get it. I'm like,
so you're later early.
So I got an approximate clock. That's amazing. That's great. It's about.
First off, that's like the attendant-torian giving his speech and be like, hey, I'd like to thank everybody for being here about 3.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Well, I definitely bought my family's clock because when I'm like, hey, I want to leave at 3, that means I want to leave at 3. To my family, that means 3:04, 3:30, 6.
You mean in the 3 o'clock hour?
Yeah.
Understood.
Like I was setting it up and I was like trying to okay, it's 1:13. I was like, it is 5 minutes after. It's like, it is 5 minutes after 1. I hit push, forward one more. It's like, it is 10 minutes after 1. Wait a minute. We missed some numbers.
So you have to wait until it's like.
So I left it on all night to see if it, like last night I come home after the Brian show and I look in that room and I look and it says it is, I don't remember what time it was, but it was something after the hour. And I'm like, yep, pretty close. And I was like,
your boss, like, you're late. Not according to my clock.
Yeah.
Okay.
I am within the acceptable limit of my clock.
Right. Everybody has a window.
Yeah.
Everybody gets one.
If they would have just lit up an it is
Yeah. Ooh.
Somewhere near.
It's the I'm going to go with clock. What time is it? I'm going to go with 9:15.
Yeah. It is Millennium o'clock.
Well, what they should do is then put the numbers in cursive. And then nobody else.
And for everyone asking, Wednesday on my anniversary, it was a Wednesday. So yes, I was at work.
Well,
that,
Damon
Andrew?
was here for his. So.
Yeah. Do you hear that, Andrew?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is this Andrew's birthday? He's probably not listening.
He's got the day off. That's all he's got going on. That's right here. Right here. So one more thing since we got off that, by the way, that clock would be WTMF. I'm just telling you right now.
Oh, I'm going to keep it. It's part of the family now.
But no, we had, so I had everybody over for Mother's Day a couple weeks ago. And
did you cook on your neighbor's grill?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
So we decided we're going to have.
And that neighbor lets you keep that for a long time.
We decided we're going to have hibachi, right?
Not familiar.
So what's funny is, I know you've never seen it, but anyway, so what's weird is I said, well, we're going to cook hibachi. Well, my mother-in-law, Busha, she really wants potato salad. Okay.
I really hope this doesn't tie into the earlier story.
No. So my grandmother says, well, I'm going to make potato salad. Right. So she makes potato salad and brings it. And my daughter wants deviled eggs. So they said, we're going to bring deviled eggs. So I had hibachi, potato salad, and deviled eggs. So I had like, chicken, steak, and shrimp, vegetables, noodles.
And then mayonnaise salad.
Right. So I was like, I looked at my wife and I said, this is the biggest WTMF Mother's Day special that we've ever had. And she goes, what is that? And I'm like, never mind.
Yeah, you ever gone to Benihana and ask like, hey, how's the potato salad tonight? Is it fresh?
I will take a couple deviled eggs, please. I will be starting with the salad of potato. And then
The concept of deviled eggs is someone who'd never heard of it. I'm like, okay, so you take eggs. You take them, you whip some eggs into oil and turn it into like a cream. Then you take more eggs and put just the yellow parts into that pre-egg mixture you made, and then you put it back into the whites. I'll take 6.
Yeah. That's the bad thing. When you start eating them, I'll eat.
Well, my mom makes them for every holiday.
Oh, I know.
And makes, they're probably just 6 eggs, but when you cut them in half, it looks more because it's 12.
Right.
In the little tray. Like the fact that we have, in this country, we have plates that just have little hollows out. So you're like, what's that plate for? Only for deviled eggs.
They brought the tray. It held 24 of them.
Oh, no.
It's got a handle. It's made only for deviled eggs.
This plate, bowl, dish, whatever.
Yeah.
Only for deviled eggs.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. And then,
or Jell-O molds.
Yeah.
Or shitty Jell-O molds. Yeah.
These look gross.
These are weird.
Shots. Either we're going to grandma's house or we're having a college party.
Right.
Yeah, but there's maybe like one left every meal. And
see, we never have
it
any.
sits out. Well, here's the thing: is like people are chatting, they're digging into the candy dish, or they're having pie or whatever at the end of the thing. But it's like, we maybe should have gotten that half egg into the fridge 6 hours ago because I'm not eating it. Maybe that kid, that was driving by on the highway. Maybe that's what he had.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I had that leftover deviled egg.
Looked pretty good. Thought I'd try it.
Deviled egg to me, honestly, is when I'm making my plate. I take one and toss it in my mouth. And then I put 2 on my plate. And then I start putting stuff on my plate. Then I eat one more while I'm putting stuff on my plate. Then I go back and get 2 more deviled eggs.
See, I thought you were going to say, like, I use the devil's egg around the edge.
Right, Mac?
No, 100%.
Yeah.
I thought you were going to say use them around the edge to keep stuff from falling out of your plate.
No, but I
Also
will
a
eat.
good strategy, though.
Yeah, I was going to say I will eat probably like 3 or 4 before I get to my seat.
Yeah.
Which is really, it's 2 eggs. I get it. But it's like, okay. And then I need more.
So you can make those in advance, leave them in your fridge. Like if it's for Thanksgiving, you can make them Wednesday, leave them in the fridge.
Correct.
My mom will do that and put little like toothpicks in them, and then so the cling wrap won't stick to the egg. Well, one year she didn't have anything but the fancy toothpicks that are had dyed colors.
Yeah.
So we had Easter eggs for Thanksgiving.
Right. Yeah.
The first one she pulled out was green because it was a green toothpick, and I was like, no.
Yeah.
No. And then she's like, no, they're all like that. And I was like, well, that's not a better statement.
Right.
And she's like, no, they're all colored. I looked and there's like a pink one and a blue one, and I'm like, guess who's not having deviled eggs this year?
I made these last year. Nobody ate them. And I've been waiting.
They're century eggs.
They're true millennial. They're true millennial eggs.
Oh, that's gross. You put mayonnaise in eggs? Well, eggs are half mayonnaise, so yes. I did that in reverse. Anyone catch that? No, good.
No.
Good.
No.
It's like when I used to tell my joke about being a thumb with a beard.
Yeah.
I one time went on stage and said I was a beard with a thumb. And then, so I got to the point where I started like giving people a thumbs up in the crowd to think that was part of the joke. So I would remember to say thumb first.
Really?
Yeah. I'd be like, and I look like a thumb with a beard. And people are like, yeah, we know what a thumb looks like. I'm like, I know, but my brain needed to have that visual aid. So I did get it in reverse, jerks.
Hey, now I gave business ideas last week. And you guys shot them down like crazy.
I don't even remember them. Oh, wait, it was with the honeycomb?
Yeah.
Honeycomb's big.
Steve,
Yeah.
Steve's beehole.
No, we didn't have to say that. You notice why I edited it? So we didn't have to say the rest of that.
So I have a strange story for today I'd like to do.
Strange stories.
This is 6 bizarre things people have invented and patented. So I want you to realize.
Is this just an article about yourself?
No, but I'm just telling you that this is why when you shoot my stuff down right away, you should realize there's stuff out here. Like you might think that mine doesn't have any legs or merit. Guess what?
Someone cut a smiley face into a sponge and he's a billionaire.
Right.
I get that there's ideas out there that work. The problem is you haven't given us any of them.
Well,
And that's twice my voice is cracked in the word work.
That's
Have you
okay.
noticed that?
So the first one, there's 6 of them. The first one is a saluting device.
I got that from the headline.
From the title?
Yeah.
So there's 6. Okay. One more than 5. So anyway,
One less than 7.
Yeah, mathlete. A saluting device. It was made in 1896. So Basically, James C. Boyle, was a very courteous gentleman. He did not.
He went by Seabass with his friends.
Right. He did not like saluting. He did not like moving his hand. So what he did is he created, it's a small wound up mechanical device that sits between your hat and your head. And when you want to salute someone, all you have to do is bow your head. The weight shifts in the mechanism and activates it. The device will then tilt and rotate the hat for well-mannered how do you do. And that.
So it was just like a tip of the hat kind of thing?
It's like a tip of the hat. So it says salute, but it's basically
because if
top of the morning to you.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Okay. I accept that. Like if it was a saluting thing, a drill sergeant would have punched that guy right in the face.
Yeah. Hey, you have two hands to defend yourself, and you did not when I punched you in the face. Yeah. Right.
That guy would have become Private Pile real quick.
Pillow party. Nice. I'm going to need some pillowcases and some soap, and I'll be right back.
Why? This guy refuses to salute.
So this one, I don't want to spend too much time on it, but it was like, it's annoying. And again, it was from like 18th or 19th century.
The original patent for fax machine technology was patented in the 1860s.
Really?
During the Civil War.
Really?
Fax machines.
Well, I know it wasn't. Number 2, the dog chastity belt, 2006. Okay.
I mean, this will stop dogs from randomly humping like things. I'm all in.
It says, we're not calling it the chastity belt, we're giving its full name. It's an adjustable harness and animal birth control device.
This went weird.
It has a patent number and everything else, right? So yeah, it's an adjustable harness you can put on your dog. The underside of the harness is a breathable mesh that's supposed to sit flat against the dog's belly. To me, it makes it sound way more erotic.
Yeah, I know. I was just gonna say
we've made your pooch very erotic.
We've reworded fishnets into breathable mesh. hey, text this to your mother-in-law.
Yeah. That's where I got it from. So anyway, patent says it's for female quadrupeds. I don't know what that means.
4 feet. Quad 4 ped feet.
Gotcha.
4 feet.
Okay. I don't care how tall it is. This is I don't care how
Why
tall.
did you make me face it today, man? I gotta look this guy in the face.
So supposedly there's a market for this thing.
By bushes across the nation.
But it says, what's it say? Oh, hey, look, the patent's actually expired due to fee-related reasons. So if you've ever wanted to get in the dog chastity belt business, now's your chance. All right? So first off...
Oh, so the first week we don't have Google because we have our logo up here is the week we can actually make money.
Something tells me Williamson's buying a website right there. Yeah. Dogchastitybelt.com.
You're welcome, Eric.
Yeah. Now, number 3 is also dog-related. These I'm more familiar with.
He probably also has busha porn by now as well.
No, it's dog testicle implants. I think they call them Neuticles.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, thank you. I was telling Tina about this.
Yes.
She didn't believe me.
No.
She's like, for dogs?
Yes.
Yeah, Tina, do they take other people's testicles out? Like, yes, for dogs. I mean, I get it. Some people do for reasons, but not because they want to put new ones back.
Yeah. The judge doesn't go, they're going to be removed. Good news. We got something we can throw in there.
Good news. We went to PetSmart.
And they squeak.
I know what you're doing in there. I know what you're doing.
Am I a clown to you? Kind of. Sometimes.
How come your parents didn't sign your homework? Well, they were up playing with dog toys all night. I don't know what's going on. Right. We don't even have a dog.
I don't need to read any more of this story. We know what they are. So
man, imagine if your squeaky nuts and your bed springs were out of tune.
Ink squeak, ink squeak, ink squeak. Like, whoa. First off, no wonder you didn't finish. There's no rhythm.
Do you have anything to say in your defense for why you murdered people? Eat, squeak, eat, squeak.
Imagine that in Catholic church every time you stand up and sit down. Squeak! Please rise. Squeak! Be the funniest wedding ever.
Yeah. Can you imagine looking at someone's face and they kicked you in the nuts, though? Yeah.
What? Listen, I knew I was going to laugh when I did that. I didn't know this much.
Yeah.
So that was from 1999. Those were invented.
The Neuticles?
The Neuticles.
Yeah.
So anyway, number 4 is, I don't even know what this means by the title. I didn't read this article yet, but the title is great. leaf gathering trousers. I don't know what this means, but in 2003, a man, let's see.
Wait, is that you? You're a man.
I'm a man. It's exactly what it sounds like. 2 flexible leg stalls with a flexible net stretched between them.
Yeah. So you like just kind of waddle through your yard?
In case raking all of those leaves of your grass is too much hard work, just slip on these bad boys. You can then awkwardly waddle around your yard trying to gather leaves between your legs. Imagine if you had the Neuticles and you were doing this.
Well, is it just like a solid net between them, or does it like behind you?
I wish it had a picture.
So
but
you had like
you
had like a horse's poop bag flying behind you, just full of leaves.
So hey, it does say it says the neighbors will have something cool to talk about, but it says this patent's also expired.
I was gonna say, is this by the same people that did
so we're starting to see a pattern here on stuff that really doesn't work. Number 5 is the one that caught my attention. That's why I really wanted this story. It's from 1903.
Number 5.
Mac, you ready?
I'm ready.
I'm allergic to something in here. I think it's awesomeness. So anyway.
I think it's talent.
Number 5. Well, when we get some, I'll start coughing. Number 5, chicken eye protectors.
Yep.
Familiar with these?
Mm.
Okay. So
is it so other chickens don't poke out the other chicken's eyes?
Correct.
Yes. They also work as blinders so they can't see feral cats coming from across the fence either.
Did not see that coming.
What the hell's that noise? I don't know. These blinders are terrible. They're like chicken bifocals. Is that a mouse? It's a cat.
They all turn their heads like 1989 Michael Keaton Batman. Like the giant neck movements just to see.
Yeah, so basically we know what these are. Yeah, protects your chicken's eyes so that other chickens can't peck at them and make them go blind.
So you're saying that the root cause of Mac's chickens dying are the fact that other chickens are inherently dicks.
Right.
Like if they could have just kept their beaks out of other people's eyes,
Right, yeah.
everything would have been fine.
Right.
We gave a mouse a cookie, and this is where we ended up.
Remember, it's always funny till someone loses an eye, and then it's hysterical.
And then it's hysterical because you're coming out of the butt of a feral cat.
Correct. So number 6, and this is from 1876, and the title's cool, mustache guard. So I picture an armed guard standing in front of your face.
Don't touch it! Two of them like they have at the Royal Palace, that don't move at all, but someone goes to touch the mustache and suddenly they snap to life and whack!
It's got the big curly Q with the wax on the end and they're just hanging in there like they're sitting on there.
Oh no, Stuart, it's Tuesday. Tacos are coming.
We've noticed that mustaches have been making a comeback recently, but how do you keep your impressive whiskers from getting dirty when eating like soup or particularly a saucy hamburger? Okay.
I got 2 suggestions. Open your mouth wider and trim your damn mustache.
Every gentleman who wears a mustache must have experienced the great inconvenience it causes by eating and drinking, especially in eating soups. The inventor is V.A. Gates. First off,
I'm already done.
Yeah, I'm done.
Well, if your initials are V.A. Gates,
yeah,
don't go by initials. Because you are 4 letters away from changing that into something really bad.
Correct.
Yeah, you take off the ATES.
Yeah. Yeah. First off, you should have dropped the Gates and just went, yeah.
Well, I'm just saying, because it doesn't matter what comes after the G. Like the 2 letters before that all together is like, hey,
right.
Did you ever write this out before you told me what it looked like?
Hey, Vern Arnold, I would pick something else to go by.
Yeah. I would just use your full name.
So here's the best part. His solution was a curved shield made out of vulcanized rubber, metal, or any other suitable material.
Wait, you got this from Star Trek?
In 1876. Just draw on a couple loops of string so you can secure the shield to your ears and you can slurp your soup with confidence.
Please tell me that he named it the VAG guard. VAG, use the G for guard. People keep buying these, but for the wrong reason.
It's
I can't
totally
figure it
weird. I said it goes over your ears. It's so weird. Yeah. So anyway, when I go back to what I'm trying to sell, let's remember how stupid this stuff is.
Yeah, and figure out how you haven't been on this list yet.
Yeah, right. Well, because no one's startup capital.
We need to give you a time machine and send you back to the 1800s.
You startup capital. First, you get the jobs, then you get the khakis,
and then you get the DeLorean.
Yeah. So we're at an hour, huh? That's too bad because I have.
Yes, it is 10 o'clock.
Yeah, Mac, you have somebody else coming in?
Not till 1.
Cool. Then I would like to do one more strange story if that's cool.
Cool.
Okay. This one is really, really stupid. And it's not like a list. Virginia man invents hygienic spittle-free tool for blowing out birthday candles.
I will say that COVID has brought a more of a highlight on how gross it is to have someone who can't control their mouth blowing out candles on cake you're going to eat later.
You want to know what's weird? The guy invented this before COVID.
I'm not saying that's weird. I'm
Right.
just saying
It brought it more to light.
Yeah, brought it more to light. Like, yeah, you know what? I'm good. If you're going to insist on blowing out the candles, I don't need any cake.
So here's what he calls it. The blowsy. Okay.
Is this you?
Nope.
Was this like in the 40s?
No, this was recently. So basically, it's like
is he just using dog chastity belt mesh on his face?
You put that on first before the blowsy, and then you use the blowsy.
Oh,
Correct.
no.
Yeah. So anyway, what you do is this is how they let us introduce you to the blowsy, a handy tool, which by the way, those words should never go in the same sentence.
Yeah.
Okay. For blowing out
He's already
birthday
confusing
candles
his audience. Sure.
without spreading germs all over the cake. It's essentially a hollow plastic tube with a fan at one end. When you blow into it, a sensor detects the airflow and activates the fan for a comparable burst of air. Meanwhile, your germ laden goes around the tube and gets thrown back towards you. Okay.
So this sounds like it has a U shape and a stick coming off of it. You
Yes.
blow, the fan activates, blows forward, and then
don't-
your breath comes back into your own mouth.
And they don't have a picture of it, but yeah. So the blowsy is the brainchild of Mark Appelt, 44, from Richmond, Virginia. So despite the obvious pandemic-related advantages, it was born before then.
So couldn't you just have like a handheld fan blow in the air and then hang the fan towards the cake? Seems like an extra piece.
Right. Go get a hairdryer.
Or I've seen people just take like a napkin or a thing and just like wave it at the cake and it
right.
blows that stuff right out. Yeah.
Well, he said he was at a kid's birthday party. The sun's coming through the window at just the right angle. What do you see? All the droplets fly across the air and all over the cake. That's what he saw. So he was absolutely pissed and didn't want to eat spittle.
So he peed on the cake?
Yeah. Yeah. Hey. I want to be a fireman when I grow up.
You get to drink from the fire hose.
Great movie. UHF.
Yep.
Yeah.
We
watch
got
that.
it all on UHF.
Mac.
Huh?
Ever seen it?
UHF?
Yeah.
No, I don't think so. UHF?
You even know who's in it?
No. I mean, what decade did this come out in?
You were alive.
89?
Yeah.
Are you looking it up? What decade did 89 come out in?
What decade did 89?
89?
Oh my God, it ends in 9. So 90s?
I saw that gentleman in concert here in beautiful downtown Joliet,
I'm
which
gonna
is not
watch
where
this
we
one.
are.
Huh?
Yes,
I'm gonna
please do.
watch this.
It's a good movie.
Yeah.
Learn how to make a Twinkie wiener sandwich.
You get to drink from the fire hose. It's a great line.
Oh, Weird Al. All right.
Yeah. See?
See?
Still feel like I'm talking to the guy in the back of the bus.
So the guy runs back through, because again, this, yeah.
Quiet down now there. Pipe down. Driving the bus up here.
What was that accent?
That's my 1940s blowsy accent.
Hey, man, I'm in the bus too, man. That's all I got.
I was going to say something, but no. We'll put a pin in that.
But so basically he runs down his whole, like, the first idea was to create a mask with a filter, but that was too hard to blow through.
We found that out. Yeah.
Yeah. Then I thought about a CO2 cartridge, but that was way too powerful. What are you shooting the cake off the table?
Yeah, like,
and you all get frosting.
like a potato gun.
It's like going to a Gallagher show. The first row has to pass the
Just
cover
loads
up
it up with
plastic.
cupcakes. Just
I blow it out and serve it at the same time.
hey, Ma, what?
Did you make a wish? Hope you wish to clean this shit up.
I told you to close that door. You just knocked off the white WTMF.
But yeah, so he goes, CO2 is way too powerful. You'd have cake on the walls. That's what he says.
This guy is a genius.
Good call there, Mark. But the perfect Blowsy design was still eluding him, it says, right?
Oh, it sounds like it's still eluding him, even after he figured it out.
So down here, let's see. Oh, here's quotes. When we got closer to the Blowsy concept, we thought about putting some noisemakers in it to entertain the kids, but it's annoying enough to a parent after about 20 minutes of listening to them blowing on those things without adding noisemakers.
So you essentially attached a kazoo to a straw.
Yeah. Yeah. We found a manufacturer in China, which was the only place that had a sensor we needed. They agreed to make it for us. This is amazing. So it now sells. It's a dedicated website. I have no idea what it's called because I don't have the website.
I'm not going to it because I assume I'm going to see stuff that your mother-in-law saw.
Right. It's $14.99 and the battery.
$14.99?
The battery operated fan can lower bacteria levels on the cake by 1,400%.
I don't think that's how math works. Either there's bacteria or there isn't. It's
no, here. It says, yes, a Pelt ran test. He had his 12-year-old son spit in a petri dish and let the results grow. It wasn't pretty. Luckily, the Blowsy now prevents all those germs from getting out of the cake. First off, did you let your son spit on the cake? How many? Listen, we all spit when we talk. That's why even the stuff we're going through. That's why you wear masks.
Which I'm totally sitting across from you.
You do what you do, right? Yeah, feel a lot safer now, don't you?
Oh yeah.
But to be like you're blowing out. You're already blowing germs anyway. It doesn't matter. It's your breath. Your breath is you.
Did he have the kid blowing the cake? Put the cake in the petri dish, and then blowing the Blowsy, and then put that in the petri dish?
No, he just had a kid spit in a petri dish. He goes, "Here's what grows." Yeah. That's what happens, right?
Yeah. And then I didn't have him spit in the other petri dish. Imagine if there was no bacteria.
But it says, luckily, the Blowsy now prevents all those germs from getting on the cake. The sales have been good, but a Pelt says the real treasure was the memories we made along the way. Watching your son spit in a petri dish and shooting a cake off a table with CO2.
And again. And again. Spit harder. And again. That's my Richmond, Virginia accent.
I was just going to say, yeah. Is it like Nixon goes to Virginia?
That's my Richard Virginian accent. Harder. Spit harder.
But my whole... Are you a crook?
I am not a crook.
Okay. But no, so my whole thing with stuff that I invent or come up with, we should really reevaluate and be like, hey, those are pretty good ideas.
Oh, if you want to send it to Lucy Van Pelt or whatever his name was, that's fine. But
well, I do, just so you know, this week
you should call up a few of these people and be like, hey, I got some ideas.
I was trying to secure financing this week, and just so you know, I do have one large investor on board for most of my ideas.
What, wedge custom pens?
Maybe, you know what?
This is a really nice pen.
Just shady enough to get in there, huh?
Nice pen.
Like, if somebody were to break in here, I could.
He doesn't have any startup capital. He keeps giving away all his pens for free.
This is called investing.
Yeah. No, maybe you recognize this name, one Mr. Kevin Trudeau.
No, I don't remember his name. That's a joke, Mac, because he did a whole thing about memory. I just watched
the
10 things they don't want you to know about whatever.
So I got
that
the
scam
idea.
artist. Sure, I know Kevin Trudeau.
I got the idea for that because I just watched a American Greed, and they did a special on Kevin Trudeau.
I would.
First off, just so you know, I may or may not have one of those books in my garage. Okay.
I hope it's in the kindling pile.
Yeah. Same with, and then we'll go. But I have to while I'm thinking about it, the one guy. Remember the guy who used to wear all the question marks? Lesko or whatever his name was.
Matt Lesko.
Yeah. And
I was going to say the Riddler.
The Riddler. He dressed like the Riddler, though.
That was my riddle. You remember? And we're out.
His thing was government grants you don't know about.
Right. Which a lot of that stuff I think was like provable and plausible and
his
doable.
stuff was doable, but you had to be like a woman born between 1951 and 1951.
Yeah.
On a Tuesday in March.
Yeah. And come to find out there was no Tuesdays in March.
Right.
Yeah. March had no Tuesdays
on the 8th Tuesday in April. Wait a minute.
Wait.
I've heard of a 5th Monday, but an 8th Tuesday?
If you were born on February 30th in this year. But no, I remember those guys, and it was years ago where I don't know if I was going through like a bookstore. I was going through somewhere, and that book was
Wait a minute. The story is suspect.
Yeah.
We're trying to get. Hey, you guys have a bathroom? I just had a chili dog out of a bowl.
Turns out that was a really bad idea.
I got to wash my mustache because I didn't have a mustache card.
And my dog's humping everything.
I'm calling them all back to the end of this episode.
Because I don't have a chastity belt on, and my dog's humping everything.
So you're walking to this fake bookstore.
So,
Hey, you might as well say you're running through it. You're already making up the story.
right.
I'm doing gymnastics to this bookstore.
So I was doing backflips with no hands, okay, through this bookstore. And not eating. And anyway, we're going to make this more non-believable. Not eating. You don't have to laugh so hard at that. You deckhand.
It's the plausible thing I've ever heard.
But the book was like $5.99. I still paid $7 more than it was worth. You know?
Keep the change. I'm rich in this story.
My life's turning around right now. It's like you go buy a scratch off. I just won right here.
Me and VA Kevin Trudeau are going to take it to the moon.
Oh, and I didn't realize the extent of how greasy. Like I knew his stuff was garbage.
Yeah.
But like when I watched this special, like because he didn't just do it once, he did it twice.
Oh, they kept telling me, you can't do this again. Like, okay, I'll never do it again.
Yeah.
3 years later, I'm doing it again.
But he's like
I can show you how I made $24.99 one book at a time. In my new book, give me $24.99.
the secrets the government don't want you to know about because I'm not supposed to be doing this. So you open it up and it's a picture of him going, not supposed to be doing this. Read my next book on Can't Believe You Fell For It. That'll be $19.99. I'm gonna give you a discount on the next one.
Yeah, they said I couldn't do this anymore, so now I'm only charging $19.99.
Oh, it appears that the flaw was not the price. It was what I was actually. Oh, okay. So my bad.
Please pay for my bail.
Yeah.
This one's just a pamphlet. I can't get these books published anymore.
How to pay my bondsman $24.99 at a time.
All right, everybody. I think this has been That Checks Out with Damon and Ted.
Yes, and Mac. Why did you laugh so hard when I'm like, and I wasn't eating? You're like, there's the funny.
Yeah, we got there. We took the long route, but we got there.
Even Mac, too. You guys both lost it. I'm like, that wasn't a funny. That's just me saying
I
something.
heard it like a pretty steady laugh, and then you said that, and you just upped it a little bit, and I was like, we're going, man.
Why don't you just say you were running through the store?
Hey, Brian.
Okay, we're live. Correct.
How'd you know that's where it was?
I know where that one is. I hit it every week.
He took a picture of it.
That too.
Sorry, was I not supposed to tell him?
Sounds like something else of mine. How do you know
secret.
where it was? I took a picture of it once, and now I can find it from memory.
Hey, that's one of my jokes. Don't do that. That's my move. I did that. Well, let's start the show, and then I'll tell my stories. How about that?
Yeah, it's my closer.